Hello. Let's check out our Friday daily. 3 expansions. What have we got? Renaissance, Intrigue, and 1 card from Nocturne. No landscapes. Okay, so obviously a couple of things pop out immediately. Swindler. I don't know if you want to call it a strong card, but it's a heavily impactful card. Silk Merchant. I'll call that a strong card. Depending on your perspective, Torturer can be very strong. What about trashing? Trading Post, the only way to trash. Trash 2 cards, gain a silver. That's not terribly... It's not like a very strong way of trashing, so maybe we want to go for some kind of draw instead. Shantytowns and Torturers is a way to draw. What am I opening with? Probably Swindler, Silk Merchant. Seer can draw a lot of good 3-cost cards on this board. Sculptor can also be pretty good, gaining something like Silk Merchant to hand. Comes with a villager that you can guarantee to immediately play it. But yeah, I'm probably opening Swindler Silk. Do we want to trash things out? I mean, we're probably going to be getting some curses from Swindler. Depending on what Torturer does to us, we might get some curses from that too. So the Trading Post might be useful. Minion can be a nice counter to Torturer. If I know they're not going to play more than 2 Torturers, just discard 4 cards and then play a minion. If we're tracking our deck well, we can like opportunistically take a Ghost Town if we know our next hand has Terminal Collision or something like that. Silk Merchant is plus buy. So what I find on Swindler boards is piles empty pretty quickly. So because, curses likely could run estates. Estates also could likely run if Swindler hits estate. On a board like this, you give them back an estate. So we'll have to keep that in mind, and we might end up taking like a duchy here and there. I don't see any kind of fancy thing we can do in the opening, so I think Swindler Silk Merchant is probably the best thing to do. They take a Ghost Town. Okay, I didn't think of that. I guess maybe there's something about triggering this shuffle, like mixing this shuffle up in some way. I'm not... I didn't think about it. So that makes sense. There you go. So I think Trading Post. You know what's real bad? Swindler trash Silk Merchant, and you gain back the Silk Merchant. You're basically just handing your opponent 2 villagers and 2 coffers on this board because there's no other 4 costs. I mean, they didn't take a Swindler though. But yeah, I didn't think about this. Mass Silk Merchant is a defense against Swindler. But I think Trading Post here. Next hand. So down there, Silk, 4 copper, 2 estate. Probably hitting 4. If I hit 3, I'll probably take a Shanty Town. Maybe a Ghost Town. Oh, what did I... Oh, I wanted to take the Trading Post. What am I doing? That was a misclick, but I mean, I can still take one here. It's just now I'm like really over terminal. I mean, I've got tons of villagers, so let's just do it. Another ghost town. I think I might take a ghost town here. I know I know I have villagers, but see, look at that. They trash my silk merchant, give me another silk merchant. They just give me 2 coffers and 2 villagers. Hilarious. So we got so many villagers here. I might take a torturer. We're gonna have no problems drawing on with all these villagers. So torturer, and maybe, you know, we'll maybe work in a ghost town later. Okay. Only 1 villager, but I do have a ghost town coming in. So I have my torturer next turn guaranteed. 9 money to spend. Maybe I take like silk and seer. A silk and a seer. They have their ghost town, so we're almost certainly going to get tortured. That's okay. I'm depending on what we see. I've stopped tracking my deck. I mean, I don't have any curses. I don't have any estates. I don't have a curse, right? I've trashed 1 copper then. So what's down there? 4 coppers, torturer. I don't know. Well, if I take a, yeah, so again, silk merchants are defense against swindler stuff. So if I take silk merchant seer, the seer is a big draw. I think that's what I'll do. I know I'm popping a lot of coffers here, but trashes copper, gains a curse. I might just take a curse here. It's likely I'll be able to trash it with trading post. I think I need more ghost towns also. Okay, I want to play trading post and swindler. So I need some villages. What if I just take 2 ghost towns here? Let's keep track of piles as well. Is there anything to be said about a shanty town? I'm going to take 1 ghost town for sure. Maybe I should green. What is the last card? Copper? You know, I could bank on their swindler trashing. A silk again or something. I don't know if that's right, but I'm just like, I want to be careful of, they gave me another Swindler. I don't know if I want that. Sculptor. Makes sense. So those are two pretty bad cards to have on top. And I've got 2 actions left, so we'll do that. $8 money, potentially 9. Silk Sculptor would be all right. I don't have any villages coming in, and I don't have any villagers. We're going to get attacked next turn. Well, maybe I do like Sculptor Ghost Town, because I have a lot of draw sitting down there in my draw pile and no villages. I think Sculptor Ghost Town is okay. They don't have another Torturer. I don't know how useful it is to play Swindler anymore. I'm not very likely to... So I only have 2 actions to play. I might discard both silks, because I have 2 actions to play. It'll be Torturer first, and then maybe it will be Swindler. See how much money we draw. I kind of need these actions for later. Like, I need the Ghost Town to do its thing. We get the Seer, that's very good. One action left. Unless I sculpt a treasure. I kind of want to play the Swindler and gain all these ghost towns. Or we'll gain the last ghost town. And next turn will be really strong. I've attacked them. If I line up trading posts with Silk Merchant, or 2 Silk Merchants, that would be really good. So, but I think Swindler by Ghost Town. Well, what are my alternatives? I mean, I could sculpt a Silk Merchant. Could sculpt a Silk Merchant and then play the Swindler. Then there's another Silk Merchant in my deck. Means I have even more village effect next turn. Means I can probably trading post some Silk Merchants next turn. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. I know there's a province on top, which is pretty bad, but if I draw a province plus the next card, my turn is done. So we'll do that. Hold on. If I'm going to do that, maybe I could sculpt a silver. That gives me a villager. And then I have 5 to spend. But I really want that last ghost town. Yeah. Shantytown for them. I'll give him another Swindler. It'll help speed up the end of the game. Oh wait, I don't have the villager going into next turn, but I do. Obviously, I've got tons of village effect. So if they play their torture, I'll discard Copper Province. Ooh, but they gave me that back. That's fine. Okay, now we really got to watch out for piles here, obviously. So if I trash these two silks, I have enough village effect for next turn to keep me happy. Make sure there's no win right here. If I play both silks, I have 4 buys. It's not enough. So I think trash both silks. And then how much money will I have? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So hold on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 plus potentially plus 4 coffers. I could buy both silks for more villagers and maybe like a province or well, I don't know if I can afford that. Maybe another seer, I don't know. Let's do this. Swindler, ooh, that's nice. Probably give him should I give him a scholar? When you trash a 5 early, you almost automatically give a duchy. I don't know if I want to do that here. I don't know if I want to give them the trading post because they still have a lot of junk. They still have 2 estates and a curse. Trading posts might allow them to hit higher price points. I don't want to give them torture or seer. I think a scholar. Well, what am I buying? Because I might give them a sculptor. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I could go double silk province. Then them having the sculptor isn't a huge deal because they can't gain the silks. The best thing they can gain with it is a silver. You can have that. Make sure I've got enough money for this. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's enough. Oh, I don't have the buys. That's okay. Don't have the buys for it. Okay, silk merchants are gone. Do I have a win here? I have 3 gains in hand. It's not quite enough. Guess we start with the silk. Seer. Ghost Town is on top. No, I mean, sorry. Torturer is on top. So I could play Swindler, sculpt a shanty town, and draw on. You're welcome. Okay. Silk Merchant for sure, because if I get the 4 buys... Ooh. Okay. If I play the Swindler and give out a curse, then I win. I do not. Province. I don't know. Province Seer? I mean, I could just buy 3 curses. I could buy 3 curses here. And, like, are they going to double province? Let's just chill. You know, let's just sort of... Thank you. Again, if I... well, I'm doing both of these, I suppose, aren't I? Oh, that's a win. Yeah, all right. I wonder if this is one of these kingdoms where first to X kind of just wins. I wonder what was the attack ordering like, you know? So, oh, they didn't pick up a Swindler in the start. They picked up a Ghost Town. Maybe someone can explain to me whether this is like a good idea in any world. I swindled them immediately into a copper. They took the Swindler on turn 3. And their first swindle was a silk merchant, which is probably helpful. Yeah, and in fact, I had, not only was that helpful to me, but by this point, I had a second silk merchant that I didn't even buy on purpose. I made that mistake early on. Well, misclick. Maybe it was the right thing to take at the end. But, yeah, and then I swindled. Okay, curse to curse, fine. Copper to curse. Okay, they gave me a curse, but... Yeah, they also didn't... I don't think they took a... They didn't take a trading post at any point. Doesn't look like. So they're never trashing. That's... they never trashed any of their curses. The only reason they got rid of any was because my Swindler must have hit them. Yeah, this is not a deck. I don't know. I'm happy with the ghost towns that I took when I took them. It was basically to make sure to set up the next turn to make it something worthwhile. Yeah. Opening ghost town. I don't know. I'm sure there's times to do it. You know, maybe it... if you open Ghost Town turn 1, it gives you, what, a 60% chance to hit 5 on turn 2? But, like, that's not very good. Anyway, that was that. Thanks for watching.